Hello, my fellow card shop lovers, and welcome to the 10th edition of A Week at the Card Shop DevLog. Today, I had the day off of work, so I was really able to think through, put in some time, and spend some time just cleaning up the code. There are a lot of things that I'd commented out that I thought maybe I'd need to use in the future. I reorganized some things, and I'm feeling really good about today's feature. That the big focus of today's video is sprucing up and kind of fleshing out this trade system that I started building yesterday. So the first thing I did was I fixed the coloring. Every single person trading will have their own color binder, and that's assigned to them at creation. So some things that I did was I first fixed a bug where cards were pulling incorrectly. So once a trader had a type of card inside their collection, it would never come up again. But I went back, looked at what I did yesterday, and fixed that. So now I don't have that issue anymore. And I also created two counters here. One that's the total trade value and one that's the offered value. So as you pick cards that you want, so for simplicity, I'm going to pick one student, it adds 1. Then I add this apple that's worth 1, other student that's worth 1, third student that's worth 1, and it adds up. I'm going to go ahead and unclick all of these. And now I'm going to go to this offer cards button. This pulls up your binder as a player, and it notes up here your binder. And this is where you select cards to offer that you want to trade. So I'll go ahead and just to show off the feature and make it very clear that the cards are trading, I'll select every single card in my binder. And as I'm doing that, you'll notice this offered value is going up. But it seems to be going up a lot. Let's see why that is. Let me show you. So if you remember, I can go back and show you. We're trading with Sam the Scrub. So Sam is really bad at card games, bad at trading. He just wants new cards, doesn't care what they are. Let's go back here. So for any card you're willing to trade him, he gives you a $2 overvaluation of that card. So this coal that's worth $1, when I offer to trade it to him, the offered value is 3. And same thing for the cherry. So for each different character who you'll be trading with, the value, they'll have their own preference card. And Sam the Scrub, his is 3. Let's go ahead and grab all of these. And you may have noticed when I went over $1, the seal deal button popped up. When you click that, you do the trade. And what I'm envisioning is when you click that, it takes you to like a trade summary screen that shows you things like what you gave away, what you got, and the total increase to your collection value. Because if it's a fair trade, your collection value won't change at all. But if you give people their preferred cards, that's another way to increase your collection value. So let's click seal deal. And now all I have left in my binder is this one student. So let's go back. And the reason I want that summary screen at the end where your only option is to go back into the card shop and not trade with that person again is because if you could do it continuously, you could go in and clear them out every single time because of those overvaluations of cards. So now when I go into my binder, we'll see I only have the student. So let me go grab a card from the shop. Just a couple of them, just so I have them. Click trade again. This time I got Nora the Naturalist. So let's grab a couple of cards. And you'll notice that Nora doesn't have any cards from the nature pack in her binder. And that's because she doesn't like to trade those away. because those are her favorite. She adds a premium to them. So let me go back to someone who I know. So Andy, the anthropologist, he likes humans, and I know I have a student in my deck, in my binder. So I'm just going to grab a couple of cards that I may want. Offer cards, I have this student. So when you look at any of the mineral cards, you'll see there's no premium. But for the student, there's the premium. I'm still thinking through a better way to display that. Maybe a little like star on the card, notating that it's at a premium. But I also don't want to be super explicit. I want people to be able to figure out what are people's favorites through little dialogue when I make the inside of the card shop. So let's offer this here student. Click seal the deal because we're equal value now. So before the button doesn't exist, after the button does, seal deal. And now I have those 3 cards in my collection. So it was a ton of fun getting to implement that today and figure out, how to make it work. Tomorrow, I'm going to make that post-trade screen that summarizes the card shop, build a skeleton for the inside of the card shop, because the goal is, to have that game flow I talked about a couple videos ago, that when folks get to this card shop screen, the only buttons that will show up are enter, calendar, and quit. And maybe binder, just so you can see your cards. But when you enter the card shop, I want it to look like an interior of a card shop with a couple of tables and a place where you can click to buy packs. And by random chance each day, if there's not a tournament, there could be 0 or 1 or so people there who want to trade. And on days where there's tournaments, where there should be a huge population in the card shop, there may be 3 or 4 people who want to trade. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about for this trade function. And then I just want to clean it up. Like today was really focused on functionality. So there's a lot of little odds and ends that I need to, just clean up, like figure out the better way to display this. I think that's going to be my challenge forever. Reorganize these buttons because it feels more natural for the pick cards to be on top and the offer cards to be down. And then think of a different way for the seal deal button to work. Maybe have it be like blacked out when you're able to make a trade. Yep, that's what I was able to work on today. I hope you think it's interesting. I really appreciate all the support folks have been given so far. And every day we're getting a little bit closer to have something that we can share with you, that you can download and play as a demo. Still a ways out, but we're working towards it. Thank you so much. If you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your week and have a happy Easter if you celebrate that.